Hello everybody and welcome to another live stream. This is Building a Pacific Farm and a whole list of new mods, this being one of them. Look at this nice tiny little John Deere with Michelin tires. Tiny though, it's teensy. It's just no size to it at all. Makes the right kind of noises. It starts anyway, that's kind of the only noise I expect it to make. So today I need to try not crash, but I have a little project in mind. Two things I've got to do. One of which is to kind of clear this section of trees out from here, but I don't really want to do that just yet. The other is to head up to the orchard, near the orchard anyway, and try and keep it on the road. It'd be better. We need to build another farm because I'd like to get some bigger tractors. In fact, not near the orchard, I think over this way. I'm going to want another field in that general area there. So I'm thinking maybe this area. In fact, that's exactly what I'm thinking. In this exact spot right here. Just cut down a whole heap of trees and get another building on the go. I don't want to cut down all the trees from the area because, well, there's a reason for it. I'm not going to tell you what the reason is just yet, though. But there is one of those reason things. Is that tree stump gone yet? No. There it goes. Get rid of all these trees out of the way. The throttle response is just slightly high. But we'll get these out of the way. If there's any creaking or that's audible, I would say visible, but audible in the live stream, it's because I got a new steering wheel setup and it's a little bit creaky. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it does have a little creak to it every now and again. But we'll get this these trees out of the way. It's not going to take long. I don't know if I can even do this tree with this thing. Yeah, I can. I was tempted to leave these big trees lying around every once in a while, but I don't think I will. Yeah, tiny little tree here. It's the stumps that's left that takes the longest to get rid of. This one might be a bit awkward. If we would just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, this one's going to be a bit awkward to get to. Slowly creep back, find that point that it starts spewing out sawdust. Around here somewhere. Maybe not. Oh, there it was. I don't go all the way back now. There it goes, I should get rid of it. Eventually. Exciting stuff. Creeping away from trees. I'll get a lot of these trees out of the way, because I do have a mod I want to place here. Wonder if you can see the wind turbines from here. This thing's a little bit too low to the ground. I kind of like this John Deere. It came in a pack that I found on fsmods.com or .co.uk, can't quite remember what domain that they use, but still. That tree decided it wanted to fall down for a second there. One of these awkward tree stumps that doesn't quite want to go away. Oh, got away in the end. There we go. This is a relatively flat area, or at least in the middle it is. So we're going to take the little front loader, well, front tree destroyer thing. I'll leave it over here somewhere. Ah, that makes the tractor much quieter. We need to go back down to the shop and get... Well, in fact, where is it? Where did I leave the roller? What's that one? It's that tree stump grinder. Roller. Where's that? Oh, it's down in the shop. That's... At least I know where it is. That's the main thing. That steering wheel seems a bit far away. Can I move? I can't. Look at all these. Get the front fenders off and everything. Okay. What's this? You can open the bonnet. Very snazzy. Don't know what that does. That's the wipers. All sorts of things on the window here. Oh, I can put heaps of stuff. I will have the back window open. It's a nice warm day. Okay, this will be the seat. Ah, it's even got a hole in it. You won't need to stop tractoring for any reason whatsoever. Tractoring is trademarked, in case you're wondering. We're going to pick up this roller here. It kinda needs washed. It's 31 mile an hour, and this nice big tractor. I think this tractor's going to make it onto some of my other series. This is the first time I've used it, and it's quite good. I'm glad Samantha's impressed. What specifically is she impressed about? We'll get this this area over here. Oh, if I can remember where it is. Now, we don't want it to be leaves. Do we just go for the old maybe paving slabs? I'm trying to remember what they look like. They're kind of annoying actually because they've got annoying things on them, lines and the likes. Asphalt. Go for concrete. Same old thing here. Basically a terrain paintbrush. Take it nice and easy for now. Go along to about here. Try and mimic the general line of this. Something like that. We're in a big concrete slab area, generally. That's, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Just big bit of concrete, the usual. Can't see past that tree. It should have disappeared with the rest. We're going to take this all the way out to the road. I'm not too worried about how the road looks, because it's all going to get changed anyway. That's the wrong direction. Can't necessarily level the terrain. There is no terrain mod as such that lets you do that just yet. Maybe in the future, but there's nothing just now to answer your question, Vicky. You just kind of have to find relatively flat ground. This is going to have a building or two on it anyway, probably more than that actually. We have a few buildings on it. So you're not going to see a lot of the imperfections in the ground. Kind of a tedious task, this one. Not quite as tedious as taking down the trees, but we're cutting down some trees properly soon. Should have probably done all four edges and then filled in the middle, but that sounds like it's a bit too organised for the way I do things. Well, thank you very much, Vicky, promoting the live stream for me. Just pretend I'm not doing this. This bit's all part of the plan. Or lack thereof. We'll get all this filled in and then go and buy some buildings to put on it with our ridiculously large sum of money that we still have. Going around in circles again. It's just the way I usually plough fields. I'll get the little bits and pieces here and there that I've missed along the way. At the end, should I say. I turned off the keyboard steer. Joining words up now. Yeah, I turned off the keyboard steer for this live stream because, well, frankly, it's annoying, and I'm not using the keyboard to steer anymore, so. Need to get that little bit there. Missed it again. Typical. Well, that's that bit. That's that done anyway. So now we have the joy of moving the tractor about a mile away. Just drag it up here somewhere. Now we need to buy... This is a new window, not seen this before. Cool. Right, it's this that we need. 150,000, that is a bit expensive. Now we're going to need access to the other side of this, so I think if I rotate the camera around, and rotate the building around, put the building over here, you can see just how uneven the terrain is. Place that there. That looks terrible. Maybe better over here. Probably would be better over here, but need access to the side. And for the actual storage area, don't know if there's like a specific site that you need to use on this. Looks like that would be it. Place it over here, and cell point, which can go pretty much anywhere. I'll put it over here, something like that. I'm going to need to put some kind of fence type situation around it. A fence situation, that's a new one as well, in case you're wondering. If I can find the fences, and there are many things now. Here's the one we want. The 6-panel fence. I want it for this reason and this reason alone. I need to rotate the camera around to do the other side. Yeah, I got that relatively straight there. Finding a way for this bit to work is going to be interesting. That's not long enough, and this is just a little bit too long. I'll go for the 4-panel instead. Yeah, it looks like it'll fit a little bit better. And a corner. There's a corner, yeah. This is the fun part, I say sarcastically. I just want this to kind of be something like this. It's going to look kind of annoying having 2 fence posts there, but one of those things. Just don't look at that part. It's not going to let me place this here, is it? I better look at it. Not even remotely straight there. Yeah, I can put it there, that'll do. One of them there, and another one at a bit of an angle, because the road's going to be curved here for some reason. A bit like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's close enough. That cell point is floating. That's gonna have to move. Gonna have to move that. I just need to find it through the massive list of placeables that I have. Hopefully it's considered one of the last things. No, it's not. There's only a few placeables on this map. Like a couple barriers, not many. You know, maybe about 200 or so. A few posts as well. And 4 different types of fence. Yeah, well, there's the pallet storage. There it is, right at the very end. Typical. Any new pallet storage, but of course the tractor's in the way. And not pallet storage, pallet sell point. Doesn't look like I can really place it anywhere nice. I actually don't want this at the that place. I feel like this should go somewhere else. I'll just leave it for now. I can go somewhere else. In case you're wondering what this is, I just park the tractor up there. Don't know why it doesn't let you run with a chainsaw. Seems like a safe thing to do. Ah, the lovely tree not falling thing. There we go. Oh, that's a fence. I find that offensive. Yeah, I actually counted that. I do need to try and get this off the fence somehow. That worked. Disappears. The more logs I put in, the more I pile up here. And then if I come over here, why is this not on? Logs is not empty, it's just 13%. There we go. Turns this place on in the most unperverse way and makes pallets. Then we can move the pallets over to this area over here. Pallet storage area that seems to just have a forklift in a shed. Wood chips are dumped here as well, so we'll have wood chips to sell off of this. But the idea would be to keep the logs full. That'd be the plan anyway. Object is too heavy. I refuse to believe that. What object's too heavy? That counted as just a few. Still not full though. There's some weird noises coming out of that building. In case you're wondering why I'm just picking up entire trees, I never intended this series to be even remotely realistic. That landed on my building. That's not very nice of it. You okay? No, don't go in the water. It's gone forever. Can I save that? I think maybe I could. Nope, now it's definitely gone forever. Can't even see it anymore. Well, that's a thing that happened. Of course, you'd usually cut the trees up, but I'm going to fill it up for now just so I can get some pallets on the go. Maybe one more tree. Maybe this little tree here would be enough. Could have probably done this from the other side. It would have made more sense. There we go. That should be at full, or considered full. That's quite a slope there. And 94% is close enough. It's making some empty pallets for us here. All very snazzy stuff. Nice view of the river as well. There's the wind turbines. Now, I think it might be time to all the way back through here, back to asphalt, sand, concrete, pine needles, grass, gravel. Now if I just put in a bit of gravel along here. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this bit yet. We're trying to neaten up this bit next to the fence, which I want as, I don't know, grass? Lawn. Actually, that's that bright one, isn't it? Bright dirt, original ground, cultivated, ploughed, sown, so wide, grass field, that'll be the one I want. And neaten up this little section here. Like that, sort of. Something like this. And back to... where is it? I always go past them. There's gravel. Away for now. Where is the end of this road? Let's put in a bit of a, let me say a bit of a, put in the road. Of course, either tractor would be in the way. I'll just throw this old bucket somewhere else. Yeah, it can rattle itself off there. This is to match up with the rest of the gravel road that we already have put in. So I wanted to come over a little set, just a little bit. Something like that. Turn around and go back the exact same way, just out this way a little bit. $10 miles an hour is as fast as I can go with this, which is okay, I suppose. Not too worried about there being a bit of dirt at the side of the road either. I have not done any work on this map off camera, so unfortunately not as much being done as I would have liked. This tractor can go just as fast going backwards with this as it can going forwards, which is interesting. Check my backwards driving skills. Not very good. Just get these little bits in the middle that I've missed. Wavy ground in the distance there, it's a bit weird. Right, that's that done. There's a nice quick task to do. I've got a field still to kind of cultivate, that's the word. Couldn't think of the words there. Too busy trying not to crash into fence posts that I put in. Can't really complain about where fence posts are if I'm the one that put them there. Now I don't have a cultivator, but I'm gonna get a new one. Because 500 horsepower, really? These things are mental. Let's give this a go. Kind of expensive, 24 meter. Yeah, 500 horsepower. We don't have a tractor that has 500 horsepower. And so we'll just have to get one. We'll get it with twin wheels, why not? Little babby tractor. Teeny wee thing. Nothing to it. Look at this thing. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Oh, it's articulated. Should have known that. But does it have a reverse function? Yeah, I can cheat with this. There you go. Yeah, looking forward a bit nicer. All of 19 miles an hour this thing goes. I don't even know if this is going to fit along the road that is already on the map. It's almost definitely not going to fit along the roads I've made. I think it's going to be wider than the roads. is the width of the road. Which is all fine until I try and get into the field with it. That's going to be a different matter. I can't even remember where I put the field entrance. No, I didn't. Just kind of a big open space. How big is this cultivator? Oh, it's tiny. Just tiny. Yeah, that kills the speed a bit. Just slightly. Cultivate halfway to the wind turbines with this thing. I'm gonna hit that fence. Nothing happened. Yeah, it's working. That's the main thing. Yeah, just power through it. It's fine. We're over 1,000 horsepower. Clearly it has a Supra engine in it. Oh, I missed a bit. That's not acceptable. Still missed a bit. And I'm missing it that time. This isn't even the biggest cultivator I could have got. This is a bit ridiculous. Just slightly over the top. Like I said, it's nice to have some of the bigger equipment. Need to build a bigger farmyard to accommodate for slightly larger equipment. Maybe not necessarily this big, but I wanted to give this one a try. I'm sure I'll find a use for this somewhere. For more than just doing this. Conveniently located shed there. Very slowly try and reverse this in. Yep, that's what happens when you get ahead of yourself. I'll leave that there. Oh, the ridiculously big machines do I have? Do I have some kind of massive sprayer? Yeah, I've got my doubts. Yeah, that weird thing. Yeah, all this kind of stuff, not really. Oh well, that's fine. Not a quick tractor, this one. But it looks quite nice. In a sort of ridiculous kind of way. I don't even know where I can put this thing. In the grass field, I guess. I wonder if it'll fit in my driveway. No, I mean, technically. Depends on your definition of fitting, I suppose. Yeah, because why not, eh? Yeah, it seems legit. I'm sure we'll use it again for something else. Where's my good tractor? I say that as if I don't have other good tractors. Most of my tractors are good, but this one's just better. Oh, one of those fallen down trees. That's going to have to get chopped down. This without the steering wheel. Because these things are a pain to get rid of. They will disappear eventually. There we go. Another fallen down tree. I'm not actually going to cut all these trees away, but oh, why not? Trees to get rid of. Kind of to be expected with a forestry map, to be honest. I was thinking, where can I have the main big farm? Area number 4. I think area 4 would be a good place to have it. Next to Ashworth Mountain. Or maybe area 2 in fact. What do I do to... There we go. I want that one. Cut down trees and plough at the same time. Seems reasonable. This field's going to come right up to the road. Something like that. Here's my general thought process. This is going to be quite a big field. As you can see. There's not going to be a fence on this one either. Separated away from the road slightly here. Yep, that map by the way. Another tree stump that's going to be awkward. There we go. Got there in the end. around something like this. I feel it's not going to be perfect. I just want to put the edge of it in just now. That took away quite a shadow. Loads of trees here. Like I said, we're right close to the water here. Like I said, it's going to be quite a big field. It's going to go all the way up to the shed here. Turn roughly here. Something like this anyway. I just drove across my road. That's always a good thing to do. I'll join it up with this bit. Turn the ploughing part off to get rid of the rest of the trees. A little bit further forward. Tiny little tree stump is having that much difficulty to get rid of it. I have to fix the weird road thing I put in, change it to gravel probably. We get a bit more visible. Or maybe to mud or something, I don't know. Something else anyway, something that's more visible. One more tree stump gone. So if you're watching this live and you haven't already, please head over to, well, scroll down slightly should I say, and consider hitting that subscribe button. It would help a lot, and I'd be very grateful. And if you're watching this after the fact and you haven't done so, then again, same thing. Scroll down the page slightly and consider hitting that subscribe button. It would benefit me greatly. There's always one tree stump left, isn't there? Always one. Yeah, apologies for that. Having to change something on the other PC that I use. big field we're going to put in here anyway. I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Especially when we get like crops in the ground. Which I actually plan on doing some of that today. Here, I see a little bit of tree stump sticking out of the ground there. One of these shadowy trees. Try and not fall in the water here. Do my best anyway. And don't see me getting that bit. Yeah, I got it in the end. This one. Come on, there we go. To be honest, there's not massive amounts of trees in this area. As much as there was in other areas. Which is no bad thing, because this is just the best thing in the world to watch. At least we've got a nice tractor to look at though. Try and do some of this in cab. That bonnet seems excessively long. The only problem with doing it in cab is I can't actually see if I got the tree stumps away or not. I'll try and do some of them. Maybe not in cab. It's a little bit irritating to do in cab. This area is almost completely free of trees over this side of the field. It's just one lone tree here. This is where the bulk of the trees are. This is where the field's at its widest as well. Another tree to go down. I feel like I'm missing some trees, but obviously I'm not, well, apart from the ones I haven't gone yet. I think what I'll do before the next live stream is, the next area that I need to clear, I'll clear it before the live stream. So you're not having to watch this every time I do a live stream on it. The reason I'm not ploughing as I'm going, apart from the fact that there'll be loads of mist, is I'm going to try out a different plough, because it would take a long time to plough this with this dinky little 3-metre plough that this is. I want to use this thing. That's a 10.5 meters. How big is that? 9 meters. There's this thing, but it doesn't work. Tempted to use this. It's more controllable. I'll give that a go. Let's see what that's like. It's only 97,000, so if it doesn't work, not like it costs as much. I do enjoy watching the transformation of an area though. I think this was all trees as far as you could see from here. Now there's next to none, to be honest. Now, I wonder, can I... No, I can't. I was going to see if I could put sugarcane fields in, but obviously not. I have to do more work over there at the wind farm. Get rid of some of the trees around it. I think that's them all. Now, I'm not sure if this tractor is powerful enough to take plough. I'm going to assume not. And take the slightly more powerful one. So it's only a little bit more powerful. You know, it's like double and a bit the power. It's a bit annoying that it only goes 19 miles an hour, but yeah, imagine taking something this big much faster than that. Oh, very interesting. I forgot I had a tractor sitting up here. What kind of hitch does that have? The kind that would fit onto this. Oh, missed. Oh, no, I didn't. I just pushed the wrong button, that's all. There we go. Don't know if this plough even is going to work, but we can certainly give it a shot. That's a tree. We don't want to hit that. We hit that one instead. These trees definitely need to not be here. Wheels are having their own little party by the looks of it on the plough. So-called plough. Looks more like a cultivator to me, but yeah, one of those things. That is very clearly a fence I nearly crashed into. This thing's obviously not quite as big as the cultivator I was using, but hopefully it's big enough. much bigger than the tractor, to be honest. We'll give it a go. Does it work? No, it doesn't. What does it do over already ploughed ground? In fact, I know why it doesn't. That'll be why. Allow create fields. Something that's not automatically on. I should know that. Yes. Quite a decent little plough, this one. A little being relative. I'm not worried about the furrows being neat or anything, just want it all done. Quite handy actually. I certainly don't dislike this plough. Although that's a bit on the inconvenient side. I'm making a mess now. Luckily I had a bit to fix anyway. Again, not worried about missing bits initially. I can go back and fix them at the end. I think this plough is going to have to make an appearance on my pre-recorded series as well. A very handy little thing. Again, little being relative. This tractor's handling it as if it's nothing. I suppose for this tractor it would be nothing. Making light work of what is effectively a relatively medium-sized field. It's not a massive field, but I should get a decent yield out of whatever crop I put in it. No idea what that crop will be yet though. I should probably decide, seeing as that's the next job to do. Finished already. This is definitely the plough that's to be used in future field creations. Just do the totally not to annoy people's OCD thing of driving straight in the middle of that. Although the way the furrows worked on that is kind of annoying my OCD, to be honest. It's not the direction I was driving. Go back and one more pass of them and that should be it. In theory. Probably not in practice though. Don't know if this thing has the steering to get around to there. Oh, apparently it does. A few little bits missed there. Kind of a dull drone that this tractor makes. Let's very carefully reverse this into the shed. That's not overly careful. This is probably a little bit too careful. That'll do. We're going to get our little teensy tiny cultivator. Tiny wee thing. Don't unfold there. Okay. Right. And now you can unfold. Obviously it's just a cultivator, so I'm not worried about driving over the road with it. Look, we'll get rid of that bits of grass there as well. No, it doesn't. It covers the entire road, and I'm not even on the road. It's just little implements we have in this one. Teensy tiny little implements. You can power through it. It's only a little fence. Oh, I like that. Never noticed that before. It conforms to the terrain. Which so many of the big cultivators that you get as mods, or even as standard equipment, don't offer that. So you end up with these like wonky mist patches in your fields. Like that. Try and not hit the shed here. Another mist bit over there. Mist bits aren't allowed. I think it still missed a bit. I wonder how small of a tractor I could put on this cultivator. I wonder if the John Deere would pull it, for example. If I'd lined this up better, I could have probably gotten all this in one. Or almost all of it. That'll do. I need a wood chipper that's this size. Oh, not a wood chipper, a stump grinder. This is where not having the twin wheels would have maybe come in handy. I need a sewing machine. Not to rehem my trousers, but to plant the field. Look at the size of these things. Okay. 25.6 meters over that one. I'm gonna have to get the big one. Just gonna have to. I don't see any other way around it. But why not? Twin wheels on a cedar. It's a reasonable thing to do. And sprayers. What has the biggest? It's got 36 meters, 34. That's doesn't say. Let me see, 36. That one looks cooler. I'll go for that one. Oh, let's go 41. I'll go for this one because it looks cooler. Looks are important too. $691 grand on new vehicles. I just realised I'm going to need something to refill that cedar. I'm going to need a seed refill point. Otherwise, I don't see that. I don't see that cedar fitting in my farm. Grain storage, pig food, seed tank. This will just be a temporary measure, I think. Can't be placed here. It can be placed all the way over here though. And I should probably put a fertilizer tank. I'll do it when I'm over there. There's our little babby John Deere over there. Just realised this thing doesn't have mirrors. That's a point of notation, I guess. Look how small everything else looks compared to that cedars. Yeah, twin wheels in the back. That's a bit of a beast of a trailer. Let alone the fact that it actually connects to an actual cedar. I drove into my new expensive equipment. It's just going to have wonky steering. It does. It's just kind of typical. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going the wrong way. Oh. In fact, if I leave that there and jump in this little tiny, teensy pathetic tractor here. It's a tiny little thing. Let's see if this thing has the power to just drag this forward. Barely. Line it up. Struggled to move that there. Apparently I can put more things on the back. So maybe it's supposed to be that way around. Probably is. Yeah, just throw this tractor out of the way. Yeah, looking at the hoses. I do have it the wrong way around. It's kind of typical. This thing should be easier to reverse with anyway. In theory, it is. Missed it completely there. How far off am I? Ah. Easy solution to this one. And drive into it. Just like that. It seems like an awful lot of effort to go to. Can I not select the seat type? There you go. I think we'll go for barley. Actually, before I go over there, I do need the fertilizer thing. As close to it as I can, preferably. There. This will be funny if, watch this. See how much this is going to cost to fill up. Or just to see me wrap it around the fertilizer tank. Well. Oh well, my usual method of just power through seems to have worked on this occasion. Won't be going that way though. And straighten it up a little bit. Ah, come on, you got 1,000 horsepower and you can't even drag that over the, some tiny wee sticks. Right. Okay, maybe not so tiny wee sticks then. Now, where is the refill point for this anyway? Is it just anywhere? No idea. Not a clue. My trusty little ramming tractor. Big Bud 747. Engine is on, but there's no barley in it. This is a legitimate way of moving your trailers around. You can just sit there and waste fuel. I need to try and find triggers for these. Okay. Doesn't really help much. Now that I know that it does that, how am I going to even... I don't even know. That works. This is going to cost a fortune. And take about a week. Like I mentioned before, if you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching this after the fact, then again, feel free to hit the subscribe button and leave a like if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Me abusing some ridiculously expensive equipment. How much is this going to take? It's only at 30% full. Come and watch half a live stream. It's me filling up a fertilizer tank on a seeder. It's just taken me 20 minutes to even figure out how to fill. Seed hog. All very interesting stuff. It's about halfway. There you go, 57%. My god. I'm gonna run out of fuel before I get all the fertilizer. I'm filling these the wrong way around. Filling the fertilizer tank into the seed tank. That's a thing that's happening. I had a dog hair on the end of my microphone foam thing. It's still there. That has been annoying me the entire time. The joys of pet ownership. My god, it's full. I mean, you just need to do the same for seed. Hey, can I get out of this thing while it's doing that? Is it still working? Yeah. Yeah, nice animation to it, I suppose. You can see the seed slowly filling up inside there. Hi there, Vicky. That is a massive tractor. It's a Big Bud 747. It's slightly big. Yeah. Silver Series Detroit, 1,100 horsepower. So in other words, it's a Toyota Supra with a big shell. This is taking a wee while. I spent the last 20 minutes filling up the fertilizer and now doing this, but at least it'll get us crop in the ground. Well, I'm saying that actually, I'm not actually going to be able to plant one of the fields and get the tractor through the fence. Well, that's 40%, my god. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to jump in the respectively tiny little sprayer I've got here. Tiny wee thing, it's adorable. Oh yeah, this takes liquid fertilizer, doesn't it? Where's the closest place I can put this? Let's throw this over here. Kind of an obvious thing. This will fill up in seconds compared to the other one. Wonder if it's finished yet. Any second there. There we go. Let's go. Oh no, this isn't finished yet. Looks like it's nearly done. At 92%. It's actually been filming for like the last 5 minutes now. Alright, now how do I put all this away? Close additional tank. Okay. There we go. Everything folds away. This back end of this is still going to be at the farm shop while I'm at the field. I'm glad to know that Samantha's watching. She is of course my biggest fan. Stumped by a little tree. Surely a machine this size would just demolish that kind of tree. Yeah, waving about in the wind as if it owns the place. Yeah. Have that. You now no longer exist. It's the way it should be. This is going to be amusing. It's going to take half a day to unfold. Oh, wondered if it was going to forget the other side there. There we go, first crop in the ground. And half a field at a time. A little cultivator sitting on the side there. It's tiny compared to this. Yeah. I can foresee some issues arising when I go to turn here. You can power through it. It's only a little fence. Missed a big section of the field there for some reason. Done it while I was cultivating as well. Yeah, I'm missing a bit of the edge now as well. Good thing I'm planting both these fields with barley. I hope to never have to fill this thing up again, but it's already used 2%. It uses seed quicker than it fills it back up. See if we can get these bits that are missed. Here's me thinking this was going to be a relatively big field. Kind of taking the presence out of the field with this thing. seems to struggle to even turn with this, to be honest. There's a smaller big bud tractor I can get and may invest in for the sheer joy of it. Oh look, loads of fence for me to get stuck on. Don't know how I'm even going to make it around this bottom corner. Probably start turning now, I think. Maybe a minute ago. Should have probably turned a long time ago, actually. Yeah, force your way around. Oh no, you've come to a complete stop. There we go. Got there in the end. It was the plan from the beginning to do that. If you're new around here, I've mentioned this a couple of times now, if you're new around here, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. It's be very much appreciated. Let me know that you like this series and want me to continue doing these live streams. I did take the weekend off last week, didn't do any live streams, which is just a thing that happened. There's no particular reason for it, other than I was just otherwise occupied. I find it amusing that this thing's still folding up and it's driving along the road as if there's nothing attached to the back of it. I'm gonna have to move the little John Deere out of the way. The little big John Deere. I'm gonna get this thing out of the way. Who put that bollard there? I've done it again. Let that come to a nice stop all by itself. This thing. Yeah, road presence this thing has. Let's maybe start to unfold now. This is going to take us seconds to do this field. Seconds indeed. So it even fits in this field. If this seems excessive, that would be because, well, it is. But why not? I'm going to get myself into an interesting situation here. Yeah, there's a tree there that's going to be a problem. And another. Yep. Nothing happened. Don't know how I'm going to get out of this one. Stuck between a tree and a hard place. Well, I could always do this. Seems like a sensible thing to do. Now I can force it back. Or maybe not. There we go. It will turn. It will make it round. Yes, still too close to that. First you need to unfold the tool. Sewer. Yeah, it's gonna hit that bollard there, is it? It'll be fine. No problem at all. The word ridiculous comes to mind with this. Now I'll turn this off here, it can fold up, is it? Yeah, it's still folding up, isn't it? No, it's not. Fine, now you just leave it to fold up while I'm in it. Awesome. What other tractors do we have lying around? This thing. This little old rattly bucket over here. That makes a lot of noise. Got a little job for it to do. And unfortunately it's not towing that back. But for everyone who doesn't know, this wasn't original. Well, this is not originally. This is the Pacific Inlet logging map that I've decided to build my own farm on by cutting down all the trees and using equipment that's too big for the map. I have some smaller equipment too to be more reasonable. I don't want it to have grass. Yeah, barley. Barley. The gate opens this way. It's obviously someone else's fault. I'm just going to go around the edge with this and then hire a worker to finish it off. First hired worker on this map, in fact. Yeah, given that there's all sorts of fences and trees and a lake in the way. Yeah. Left a tire mark up the fence there. There's all sorts of clever stuff going on there. I'll hire someone else to do this field for me. With this little tractor. This noisy little thing. Get it done and out of the way. I kind of feel like you should have a front wheel on this. That's not even half an acre of this field. That's pointless. Absolutely pointless. That is one of those bollard things that I put in. Need to put this thingy. I'll put it over here. Because I need the roller, of course. That just ignore all the crashes. They're meant to be like that. Where are we going with this? I was thinking up to area number 2, in fact. Bit of a drive away. And yeah, another crash. Maybe if I was in cab, it may help me. Nice to drive about in cab every now and again. Still got this area over here to finish at some point. And of course we will at some point. Don't know when, but at some point. Area number 2 is up this road over here. I need to put a different road in so you don't have to ever come into this god-awful area. Not that it's a necessarily bad area, but I didn't make it, so it doesn't exist. Wish this tractor was a bit faster than this. It's just a lot faster than this, in fact. Of course, I could have taken a shortcut up to the orchard, which is along that road there. That's a tree. That's why you should always look where you're going. We're going up to area 2, as it's described on the map. Because I need to put in a large farm. I think it was area 2 I decided on. Or area 3. I think area 2. Yeah, it was area 2. So you got these fields, well, potential fields, future fields around here that we can use. Tree line across the road there. And in this road here. Oof. Graphics judder. Too many trees in the area. That will have to be rectified. Yeah, so there's a big flat area over there. But this is going to be the main, I think the main farm area. So we're going to want the large silo extension and things like that. That's not very large actually, is it? Maybe get some big things to put over here. Things and stuff. That actually be quite nice to do today. Where can I place this? That is a bit of a hill. Hi there, Bob. How are you? Where's the rest of the farm? You know what would be easier? Right, just come out of this. I'll try and place one. How big is this thing? It's huge actually. Nice to get it in here somewhere. Where can I put it in here? This seems like a reasonable place to put it. that works. Baling technology. Loads of different types of balers. What does this do? Manually. Okay. Just create the little square bills. This creates normal, but yeah, we'll go for this one. With warning triangle. And for mowers, I'm not too bad, Bob. This is the Pacific Inlet logging map that I've just decided it'd be nice to make my own farm in. For reasons that make no sense to me whatsoever, because it is a bit of a pain. But it's different, and that was the whole idea. This machine seems a bit excessive for this field, but eh. I think that's the theme of today's episode, is just be a bit excessive. Being excessive because I can. Let's try and not drive into the river. Well, thank you, Vicky. I'm glad you think it looks good. It's a long way off from completion yet, but we'll get there in the end. Hopefully, anyway. Another ridiculously large machine to throw somewhere. Just over here. You crashed into a tree. Very clever of you, is it? See if you can do this one again. No, don't do that. Do what you want. Not really bothered. Need another tractor. Tempting, but no. Something more reasonable. Maybe yeah, class. Where do I keep my class tractors? I have a few of them. That's an interesting looking tractor. A saddle track. Go for this little one. We want to have a front loader and standard tires. Why not? Why not have a whole heap of tractors? I already have a John Deere. Yeah, I have a John Deere here somewhere. Where is it? Here's the John Deere. Nice tiny little John Deere I have. That's the class I need because it's just for baling, nothing exciting. Probably only get a couple of bales out of the field anyway. This is another new mod, never tried this mod before. Looks okay. Oh, tractor. Don't know how much of it, how many bales we'll get out of this. Only a few. And then again, you never know. Just realised I have the slight issue of, if the bales roll away in this field, there's only really one place that they're going to end up. And that's the one place I don't want them to go. Let's find out what way it rolls. That's alright, it doesn't roll. Don't want to go fishing for my bales. Wonder how the pallet production's coming along. Should have a pallet by now. I have to go and have a look at that after I get the rest of this grass. And just to keep you happy, Vicky, I'll go and buy another little John Deere to drive over there, specifically for that one and only reason. Well, I got a bale. That was worth it. All sorts of different cars, but I think it's this one that's new. Yeah, I think it's this one. I don't know. Okay. Here we go, John Deere Gator. Yeah, it's got a winch. That seems optimistic. I don't think that this would have enough power to pull the skin off a rice pudding, but there you go. And I can't believe I just paid 38 grand for this thing, or however much it was. I think it was 38,000. It's too much anyway. Good visibility in the cab though. Just too much money we have. We have way too much money. This has the right kind of trailer hitch to drag that cultivator around. That seems like a challenge. I'll do that on my way back, just for a laugh. Well, we've got our first bale, pallet ready. Does this thing have straps? It does. I'm going to very carefully try and load this in. By hand, of course. Well, it fits. It looks ridiculous, but it fits. And that's the delightful sound of them making more bales for me. How much wood have we got going on in here? 85%. Yeah, it actually works. It's like having hydraulics in the front of my John Deere Gator. Look at that. Yeah. All it's missing is a subwoofer. Oh, it looks terrible. There you go, 4,000 litres of empty pallets apparently, in the corner there. That's quite nice. Now to the challenge. Let's see if we can drag the world's largest cultivator, although it's not the biggest cultivator I could have got, but let's see if we can move the big cultivator. With the world's most useless John Deere. Why anyone would have one of these, I don't know. Well, it connects somehow. No way. I refuse to accept this. What the actual so-and-so? Well now. This would have made an interesting thumbnail. Oh, just casually driving my John Deere Gator. What's that in the back? Oh, nothing, just like a 20-meter cultivator. Oh look, he crashed again. Oh, it's gonna tip. That was interesting. Vaguely. Drag this out of the way. There you go. Turns out that works. You shouldn't, but it does. The cultivator has bigger wheels than the Gator. Let's have a look at some of these cars you can get. All these new ones. A Land Rover Defender, because why not? And more importantly, off-road tyres. And of course it's to be raised. And we want a roll cage, because reasons. Yeah, I've seen the Gator, they're both the same by the looks of it. Hummer. Looks kind of useless. I've seen the Hilux before. A wee Hunter, little cheap Defender. 1973 Chevrolet Blazer. I can see that one going for a swim. Chevrolet, was that Apache? I don't know. Pick a design. Go for design 3 because why not? Alright, let's go and see what these motors look like. Well, that's my kind of thing. It has doors and stuff that open. Don't know how to open that side door though. Oh, that's not loud at all. Bit of a basic interior on it, but yeah. Let's see how it does with the jump test. Well, that's a thing that happened. Too many tractors now. Yes, giant quad, 76 mile an hour. I've got my doubts. Or maybe it will. Looks like it can take pallets in the back too. Let's see how far into the river it goes. See if it can beat the old Mercedes van. Right, we've got a little bit to drive through. That did not bad. Difference between the two of them. This thing's got kind of touchy steering. I have one of these on my Gamsting map. Although this one admittedly does look slightly better than the one I have on my Gamsing map. Not very good. Yeah, we'll skip that Defender for now. Typical parking when there's a Hummer involved, isn't it? Let's take out this old, this is the Chevrolet Apache, a Lizard Chevrolet Apache apparently. Very basic dash. At 60 mile an hour. Kinda looks the part. No colour options or anything for it, but it looks like it would tip. Yeah. And then it does that. Oh, it still goes apparently. Well, this is versatile. Yep. That was interesting. Apparently there's quite a few broken machines now, according to the Glance mod. 152 mile an hour, I'll come back to that. That interests me. 75 mile an hour. Yeah, nice little sound. And the bonnet comes up and everything. Yeah, not bad little mod this thing. Not very good at flying though. 76 mile an hour Hummer H2. See how the inside of this thing looks. That's not too bad actually. Seems pretty stable. And of course, gotta have the beacons on. Must weigh a ton, and didn't fly at all. Now, before we play with the Chevy Blazer, let's see what the Defender can do. I want to take this thing off-road because it's raised, and it looks kinda cool with its tiny little wheels. Now, where is the best bit to go off-road? Ooh, it's struggling a little bit. Well, I done not bad, landing on those wheels. Yeah, this thing's very capable off-road. Even in my incapable hands. Oh dear. Well, we seem to be stuck. Or maybe not. Well, that old saying of a Defender can drag you up the side of your house seems to be true. A wood chip cell point there. Let's see how it does over an actual obstacle. Apparently it's saying no. That's not having it. Having it even less now. It's not for that, but let's see what it does in the water. It's any better than its less springy counterpart. That's a tree though. Takes a little while to build up its speed. It's got a snorkel, it should be able to keep going in the water. Didn't make it as far as the Hummer. Oh, the sound this thing makes. I can see the wheels from inside and everything. Oh, it's one of those type. Oh, that's a drift motor. Apparently it's a diff breed. Euthanasia. Well, let me do donuts in it. Yeah, almost. It uses some amount of fuel. Yeah. 103 litres an hour. Well, it wins styling points. It did drift over the ramp. And purely for Samantha. Gotta keep the Samantha happy. She is, of course, my biggest fan. And we all know how she likes this car. I had this car in my last live stream and she was very pleased with that. Purple dashboard and everything. Do you get much better? I did sell my pickup truck, so I think I'm actually going to keep this little lizard convertible. It can take the driveway space from the big bud. Oh, there's the gator and its cultivator. There's switches in the back and everything. Oh, very interesting. Ah, I got the wheels dirty. Samantha will never forgive me. Oh, we can take it for a wash. Give it a proper interior valet. Nothing like soggy seats, is there? Oops. Now she's not going to be happy. I dented the car. Very snazzy. But unfortunately I think that is all for today's live stream. So as I previously mentioned, if you're new around here, then please hit that subscribe button, as it would be very much appreciated. And don't forget to like this video if you did like it. And if you're watching after the fact, the same applies. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next live stream or recorded video of your choosing. Bye for now, and I will see you next time.